Well, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to about 5:30 on Sunday, the 30th of April. It's only 30 days in this month. For some reason, I was thinking Tuesday was the first. But we did a whole bunch of lawn maintenance stuff today. Got that all sorted out. Got the lawn mowed. Hi, Sashi. I just came out and cut it. No bagging or anything, just let it rip. It was, I mean, a jungle. It was at least 16 to 18 inches. It was nuts. I gave that old John Deere a workout, but it worked out real good. All's cool. It took us 3.5 hours. We did some weed eating and some other stuff out here. Just gave her a good old workover. Listen to the bees up in these trees. They're buzzing up there. But yeah, that's been our day. Kelly says, you better do something. She goes, you ain't even said hello in the vlog yet, have you? I says, nope. I said, that's okay. I said, I'll take the old truck for a drive. The old Bronco. Pretty cool. I had the best time with this thing yesterday. It's the craziest thing. I slept good last night, boy. Good motorcycle ride and a good quality time, just goofing off with the RC, not worrying about nothing, just having a ball. Man, them bees. What do you think there, Bronco? You want to go for a little rip? She goes, yep, you've been ignoring me today. Out there playing with the lawn. All them non-fun things to do. Probably be loose grass everywhere out here, make a mess out of everything. That's wide open. That's about as fast as the, I don't know, first gear on the Traxxas is probably a little bit slower than that. But there's a big difference between first gear or low gear and high gear on the Traxxas. This one they say is about 20% extra speed out of the second gear or high gear. You old whine. It's cool how all the cars, Traxxas has their sound, Red Cat has their sound. Now the Axial, they have their own weird sound. One of the things I did this morning was sort out the servos. So I was kind of complaining about how Axial and Horizon Hobby, who's the parent company of it, now they do these weird things with the pitch or a teeth number of the servos. They use 23. It is all but impossible. Of course, Spectrum, who is owned by Horizon Hobbies, and that's the electronics that Axial is using in these things. Of course, they got the 23 tooth servos, and they got this weird, I don't know how many teeth it is, but they got a weird amount of teeth for the shift and dig servos as well. But anyway, I dug around, and ultimately it's an Axial part that fixes the servo. I dug around enough, I found that they have a 25 tooth steering servo horn, which is what you need on this. The horn that comes with most of those servos that you buy aftermarket, Amazon, whatever, the shape of the servo in a left-hand turn hits the frame. Not a plastic part of the frame, the metal part of the frame underneath there. And I found Endura makes, it looks like the Traxxas and this use the same little micro mini or mini servos, whatever they refer to them as, that works for the dig and the shift. So got those coming. And also, you know, my lowering thing that I did on this was achieved by moving, I don't know if you can see the actual suspension link. It's sitting right just to the left of the bottom of the shock, just above the suspension linkage. That's the shock mount. I moved it down to the suspension linkage. I didn't have screws the right length, so they're not hitting anything, but I didn't know what it was going to do, if it'd work at all. But the problem is, I think it's this one, the right rear. It keeps popping off the cup. So what it was, they got captured. If you can see, there's a little bolt going through the spring keeper at the bottom. Most of them, you just lift them up and it's got a groove in it, you just pop them out. Well, this holds it in place so it can't pop out. The spring, those little cups, if you ever done that, you lose them cups and that spring comes down, your suspension gets all sacked out and weird. And if it pops off of the ball joint or ball end, whatever, down at the bottom, and it can clear, you don't have a washer, and it can clear that screw, yeah, you can lose the cup, the spring, everything. Well, usually when the cup comes off, you lost it anyway. So anyway, I ordered some Proline, a big bore scale. I think it's Proline Pro Scales, or big bore Pro Scales. They're a crawler shock. These are about roughly 9 millimeters outside diameter on the shock bodies, and the big bores are 11. And I think these are 2.5 inch or millimeter diameter pistons, or the shafts. These are like 3.5. So they hold a lot of oil, and it makes them, you know, sustain their performance for a long period of time. It's an old trick from way back when. So anyway, these are 100 millimeter, and I lowered it by roughly 10 millimeters by moving it down there. But that retainer cup hits. Hold on, my radio's about to die. Oh, and I got the motor on so it won't roll. Okay. But anyway, what I was able to do is loosen the retaining clip, loosen the screw and lift it up a little bit so it wasn't hitting that linkage mount. What it was doing was hitting it it was sitting lower. For whatever reason, the one on this side wasn't, so it was clear. I'm going, why is this one clearing and the right side's not? It was just tightened down. It wasn't all the way seated down. So I did the same thing on the left hand side and it hasn't popped off again. But that's a janky way, and it should be on its shock mount. And I was trying to resist getting 90 millimeter shocks, and I could use 90s off of the TRX4 Sport or off of the Bronco. Those are 90 millimeters. I upgraded them to something, which, who knows, I might use the Pro Lines on that and put the Traxxas shocks. Not many people change the shocks. They're very, very well performing. But Traxxas themselves has some big bore shocks too. I'm never going to ride hard enough and long enough that, you know, the shocks are going to heat up and the performance goes away. You know, I'm not going to do that. Who knows what the future brings, but they're really nice shocks. I really love the Proline Pro Scale crawlers I have on the K10, and it's like these. They're very realistic. I love when something performs like a real truck would. Whether that's the best for crawling and stuff, I don't know. If I get serious into crawling, you know, you need to, well, the best way, especially with something with a tippy body, is to go with something like those Desert Lizard shocks, where you control the droop, and you have springs that actually resist it from rolling over, but yet they still articulate over everything. So got that. The shocks, the servos, got them sorted out, so I don't have to return the steering servo because I got a horn that's going to work with the one I've already purchased. And I'll keep them other little servos. They're so cheap, you never know what you might need them for. But oh yeah, there's a steering horn. You can see it right there. Well, the other ones, they kind of face up because the servo's sitting upside down. Well, when you take a left-hand turn, it hits the frame rail underneath there. Yeah, it doesn't work. I tried to do that. It doesn't work. And its mount is different. If you guys know anything about these weird steering problems, you need the drag link. See the drag link, which is up front? That's where the steering horn is attached to the linkage down below. But that drag link, and you see right behind it, that's the panhard bar. Those two need to be even with each other. I can show you on the Red Cat Gen 8, if I roll this thing up and down, the whole lower suspension will shift. It shifts back and forth. But if you look, the panhard bar and the drag link are not even with each other. It's a trick because the drive shaft, they can't have a see how the rear is a 4-link system? Well, there's only 3 in the front. There's drive shaft going through there. So you can't have that 4th one. Well, some brilliant dude a bajillion years ago probably realized that a panhard bar will eliminate that linkage, and just it works. But the key to it, your drag link needs to be even with it, because then it doesn't work like a 4-link suspension. It's a trick. You're using a 3-link and a panhard bar to do the same as a 4-link. Well, if those two aren't even, they go wonky. Does not like it. I am just so impressed with this truck. I'm literally beside myself on this thing. I'm so impressed. It's so pleasing. It's like my old iron. It doesn't do anything fantastic. There's nothing that just jumps out. It's not fast or anything like that. I haven't done any kind of crawling stuff with it to try anything out. Just goofing around here in my little pit. And but it's just so pleasing to watch. It just does everything right. It doesn't do anything wrong. Well, let's goof around here for a moment or two. You know, that's a really bad, whoops. This one-hand thing still can catch me out sometimes. And this transmitter is so dadgum sensitive. I mean, really sensitive. But it's very precise, amazingly precise. Like how when you do something really slow with it, how it just feeds your input just very precisely to it. I should probably put a 3S battery in here and see. It doesn't go real slow for first gear, but I mean fast for first gear, but it crawls. If you never did anything to make it have the high gear, it would do fine. It's this little bridge thing right here that I was having issues with the D-rings hitting the brick. That should clear it now. Yeah, like a champ. I noticed the SE motor is more growly. You know how in the K10, that Axe motor from Hobby Wing, it really goes, the motor's like pulsing, and it kind of ricochets through the driveline, so it sounds like a driveline issue. It's a driveline making the noise, but it's coming from the motor. Absolutely amazing truck. I'm crying shame that this thing's gone. Just, you probably had a motorcycle at some point that you really liked, and the manufacturer comes along and goes, nope, not no more. Didn't sell good enough. So even ran the weed eater and there to take some of the weeds out of the ramp. What you think there? That's pretty enough to almost do a thumbnail out of that thing. Sure as go flying across the lawn a lot better when the grass isn't real deep. Man, what a looker. We gotta take one little romp over the old mower deck. So I went out here and weed eated around this thing too. It's getting to a point you couldn't even see it anymore. Oh, the magic of brushless motors. I couldn't even see half of what was going on this thing before. It's crazy. See if we can make it up this funky little thing. I snagged something over here the other day. I had to bail out of it. Now the trick is to get on it. Now I got myself in a weird spot. Oh, I looked at those Class 1 scale tires, the BF Goodrich KM3s that I accidentally ordered. Because these just seem small, it's just the truck is big. Yeah, these are actually 4.7. I think it's 4.72 I was roughly getting out of it. And yeah, those are 4.19. They were too small. Well, I reckon we'll call it a day. Grab Mama, we'll do a goodbye. Well, hello there, YouTube. Definitely not, you know what, it's probably nicer now than what it's been all day.
Yeah.
There's an opening right there, a cloud that's almost about to let the sun come through and get us. That'd be nice to end off the day that way.
Yeah, it would.
Even sprinkled a little bit, really light, almost like a fog mist when I was mowing the lawn. Kelly's out here running around doing her thing out in the lawn. We're probably going to be sore tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. My arms, I can't hardly lift them.
Good Lord. You got to get that first one done of the year.
Mm-hmm.
It'll go until the sun bakes to the point nothing grows anymore.
Yeah, and then it all turns brown.
Yeah. It gets green back in the fall.
Yeah.
It's weird for things to grow in the fall. It seems like that's the ending season, but grass and all that stuff turns green again.
Yeah, and goes, oh, let's grow.
Yeah. Whoops. Been asleep for a while.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, very other than lawn work stuff, a very chill day.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect little Sunday.
Yes.
Heck yeah. But I think on that, we're going to roll out on you.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. We'll see you tomorrow.
See you in the morning.
Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.